That's all I want to do in this video. I want to see a little background, how I came across stock, what it means to me. What's going on, Soulful Academy? Get more hype on the video, man. And we gonna be talking about the channel. It's coming up because I got y'all questions that y'all been sending me right here. When my parents first separated, I was 14 going into high school. I had to grow fast. My first goal was to get a job. I had to quit playing basketball. I can't be like a normal statistical of going to the league or hooping, playing football, being a rapper, being a gangster. I didn't really know who I was. You know, I just got all these distractions, getting a lot of personalities touched, living in the world. Till the pandemic hit, I realized that I'm living of the world. I'm sinning, just being worthy, living in lust, worshiping other things of God. At 17, it was hard for me because it feels like you're going through a midlife crisis. You're just about to, on that merge to graduate. You got to figure out what you're finna do in life. I was on the verge of leaving my job and I ran into a 17-year-old day trader in a drive-thru. He gave me his number and we chopped it up ever since. I was so eager to learn about stocks. I asked him questions about it. 100 times a day blowing up his phone. He couldn't answer them all. I was seeking more knowledge, so I had to go on YouTube. I ran into a YouTuber called Rainer Tio. I was just been watching his videos. At the time, I was cutting my own hair, watching videos how to fade and cut hair. Ended up buying a barber chair and all the supplies I needed to start cutting. And I threw my barber chair outside and I started building clientele. I left my job at Whataburger and I became jobless for 2 months to enlighten myself. All I could do was thank God, live on what I had. In the meantime, to get better spiritually, physically, mentally, and become more disciplined. That's what my whole goal was. That's what you had to think in order to grow. At first, I didn't want to go to college. Going to college wasn't really in my mind at the time until I started working 12 hours, 10 hours a day at QT, and I started noticing it started eating up to me that I don't want to do this for too long. I was still trying to learn stocks. It was a bullish market at the time. And then boom, it quickly reversed in 2022. First time I started building my trading account, I started to see results. I started putting in markets going up every month. I get to my account to 10,000. I already made my profits back from that investment I made, but if I didn't really willing to take that risk of spending 10,000 from a dude that you just meet in the drive-thru, sometimes you just gotta take that risk of meeting that person in the drive-thru and giving him your trust that I'll come out for a win. No matter what, it's gonna be all right. You gotta take risks like that. I'm not saying you should take the offer that's coming from the dude in the drive-thru in your situation, but God does send people in the drive-thru for us whenever we need it. He always comes and delivers whenever we say so. So why don't we sit down and give the time for him? Thank him. What it means to me and how I use it to teach others. I use this way of teaching to people so they can become self-disciplined and they can do good. They don't have to be just sought out to this world. God in Christ. As long as you have that, he'll give you everything else. You know, you don't have to have tons of knowledge. You don't got to be the brightest. You ain't got to be the new Elon Musk. If you are a believer and you have grace and you're willing to put in hard work and do what hard things will help you get through anything. What we're gonna touch in this channel is how to start your journey as a trader, messing these markets up and start to see things that other people probably don't pay attention to during the markets. How long did it take you to profit? I started profiting 6 months after I started trading. And when I was learning, I wasn't using real money. It's paper trading, watching the markets. Start off like that. Start off buying and selling, looking at the lows and the highs during the day. The hardest thing about being a trader. People think the hardest thing about being a trader is, oh bro, it's so confusing. I can never understand the charts or can never use the right time frame or something they see with the 2 eyes. They don't really pay attention what they can't see with their 2 eyes. Really, sometimes the hardest things in life to do is what you can't see. This has been a horrible day, you know. Woo, rain, storm, boom, thunder, boom, zoom, boom, boom, shot. It's bad, bro. Okay, and you just fear. Boom. Next thing you know, Monday, Tuesday, then Friday hits. Now you're 4,995. You back. You up even higher. You at 7,000. So this fluctuations like that happen. You gotta be able to control this. That's the hardest thing about trading. It's controlling your mind, your greed, your temptation. You putting more position rise and you not following your strategy. What happens when this happens? Are you gonna be disciplined to follow your strategy? Next question. Is it worth it to learn about stocks? I know that's all y'all care about in this video. Is it worth it? Yeah, is it worth it? Actually, Kelvin, is it worth it? I'm gonna be honest with you. Hell! You see that the market is up exponentially every year. Why not? Basically, is it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. When do you trade? What time is the best time to trade during the day? I look at the market from 6 a.m. until it closes 3 p.m. So pre-market is what you want to see. To give you an idea how the market is moving before the market opens. I start making it at least after the bell when it starts at 8:30. The futures, just pay attention to markets before it's moving. Sometimes it might be down. Sometimes it might be very volatile. How much can a trader make? This is the one that everyone has a question for. Is it going to be more wins or losses? Is it worth it? Is it gonna be a profit if I start trading now? How much I make? Well, $200. Now listen to that. You have $200 and you asking me how much can I make 200? Well, what if I tell you make 200 with the 200 you put in? Or you can make 1,000 if the 1,000 you got right there. Does that answer your question? It is willing on not how much you can make. You want to focus on how much can you do this in the long term, consistent at your strategy. You can focus on making the money you want. Boom. You do that one time, that next trade you do, your losses are all gone. You want to focus on following your strategy and making sure your risk stays low. You got 250 days to trade. And 250 days, you can win at least half. But if you keep the risk low and lose at least most of them, but you only lose at least $50 to $100 those a day, what I'm saying is, it don't matter how much you lose. It matters how big of the loss is. You can be lost for the day, but you kept your risk low. You kept your follow your strategy. You weren't greedy. You didn't wait till the losses got bigger. You can have more losses, but you can for sure have more wins. You'll follow that strategy where you cannot lose too much than you make. Why you stop and quit day trading right now? Stop. Don't get into day trading. Don't start trading if you don't want to lose money. If you want money and you gotta pay your rent, you gotta use it to use the gas, or you gotta pay a electric bill with it, don't start day trading with that money. If you don't like to lose money, want to use your money right now, or if you're a person that's impatient and they don't want their money later, or a person a person that's scared to move money or take a risk, do not trade. I'm just gonna save you your time right now. If you don't like to lose money, trade is not for you, because you will lose money and you will just be humbled. Trading is not for someone who just wants to be rich quick. Well, only a certain few traders profit because of greed and fear. Whenever people get all excited when they start trading, they end up blowing up their accounts and they take a big risk, but their whole account just boom, they just go back to square one. Zero. They had to fund it again. They had to make a few more trades. And this is just a consistent learning curve. And then until they give up, they leave the market, stock markets alone. They never see the real outcome of the opportunity that could have been if they stayed with it, but changed the strategy they were doing. You know, if something's not working, don't keep it. It's not, no one's putting a gun to your head and telling you to buy right here. If something's not working for you, then you got to figure out why it's not working. Then it's not. There's more opportunities, more strategy that you can use to profit. What do I need to start day trading? Everybody's always asking, what do I need to start trading? Running a nice, smooth laptop or mobile device, phone that can download apps or store. What you need is a broker. You need at least Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Webull. And if you want to get into the cryptos, you can get Coinbase, cryptos, or brokers where you can buy and sell stocks on the exchange. How much do you make? They want to ask you how much you make, or can you get rich from this? Stocks real quick, but they say the money that you make fast, you will lose fast. Be aware that the risk comes with money that comes fast. It's not the fastest one in the race. The total one always wins slow and steady, always wins the race. You want to diversify your investments. Day trading is a way to build a capital. It's a way to beat inflation, and it's a way to fund the business. In 2023, the bull will step in. So right now, it's just still a good time to start investing. Let me ask my imaginary friends. Yeah. Okay. There's not a wrong time, never a wrong time to start investing. Matter of fact, the earlier the better is what I'm trying to say. How much do I need to start with? Nah, this gotta be the number one, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this one gotta be number one. I only got $50 from groceries in my bank account right now, and I gotta pay rent next week. Maybe right now is not a good time, but how much do I need if when I start getting ready and start? I recommend that you should start with at least $1,000 to $5,000. If you have that much to play with, then you got more accountability for you to make up for losses. So when we're thinking about trades and trading, we think about the risk. I'm not thinking about how much I can make. This is a long game. You want to stay in it for the long time. You want to be able to trade the 250 days, trading days out of year that they have in the stock market. Because you don't want to start the first 3 days trading, then boom, you back to zero. You're not for a way to fund your account. Put a percentage in each trade for you to make profits in the long run. Is risk management or win-loss ratio more important? Y'all asking me probably what is risk management or win ratio? Basically, your risk management is what you take part of whenever you enter trade, and considering how much you will lose in that trade. You got a high risk, you have big downside potential of the stock, and you're betting that it's gonna go up. The downside that does occur, even though you may not be aware of it, and you still have to think of that, You want to be able to cut the risk early instead of late and waiting and waiting and waiting. And those who wait, they usually suffer at the end for waiting and knowing that they had to take care of that risk. Best time to acknowledge risk is before into a risk situation. I know I don't say it enough, but I really care about y'all. Let me know on how y'all doing in this journey. We're gonna be having more content for sure, so y'all can get better from the last video I watched. Y'all stay, make sure y'all leave a like, comment, share with your homie. Peace, love, and we out.